Keep your spine straight. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in. Hold it there. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Gita session. Before we begin the session, I want 2 new people to chant the last shlokas. Please raise your hands. I just need 2 new who've not been with me for learning before. This is their first time with me. Please raise your hands. Use the raise hand option. Okay. Okay, I got 1 new name, Gauri. Gauri, you can chant the first verse. You can
No,
unmute
today only
and-
I'm joining, ma'am. Actually, my net connection was not proper.
Okay, you have not. Okay. So the last 2 sessions you've not come.
Yes, I didn't come.
Okay, fine.
Actually,
fine.
what you have sent the recording, shall I follow that?
Oh,
For the
you have
previous
heard.
class?
You have heard the audio and the video also.
Yes.
You have seen.
Yes.
Okay. Then chant the first verse.
No. Next class I will do, ma'am. I need some
Okay.
practice.
Next. Okay. Fine. Okay. Arun Jain ji. Arun Jain.
Yes, Varsha ji. So,
Yes.
Hari Om. So, I
Hari Om,
start
sir.
with the first one, Om Parthai.
Yes, please.
Okay, first of all, do excuse me if I make some errors. I'm learning first time and I see,
Yes.
level of other people, so a little bit cautious, but I'll try my best, madam.
No, other people you don't worry about. They've been learning for some time. And the purpose of doing this with new people is this, that I know who is who and what is the level. And it's good. We don't know, so that I get some scope. If you already know, then I have no scope. So there's a selfish interest. Okay.
Thank you so
without
much.
Without any inhibitions, just chant.
Om Parthai Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanen Swam
Okay.
Vyasena.
Okay, hold on. So now we have to not say Narayanin Swayam, because it's not Narayanin and it's not Bhagavata. And Parthaya. Okay, over there also. So we will see this line now. So what you have to say? Om Parthaya Prati Yap Prati.
Yep.
So you see these 2
Om,
lines.
yep.
So these 2 words. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam. Only these 2 words.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam.
Okay, now hold. It's not Bhagavata. It is Bhagavata. Ga has to be chanted full, not Bhagavata.
Bhagavata.
No. Not Bhag. You're doing the same thing, not Bhag.
Okay.
Bhaga. See, Bhag and Bhaga. Bhagavata.
Bhagavata.
Not Bhagavatam. There is no dot on that. Bhagavata.
Bhagavata.
Okay, hold on. Now, Narayanena.
Narayanena.
So Narayanena, not Narayanin. It is not halantana. It is a full. Narayanena swayam.
Narayanena.
Naswayam.
Narayanena.
Swayam.
Swam.
Narayanena swayam.
Narayanena swam.
Swayam.
Swayam.
So now full line. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam.
Parthaya Prati.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam.
Narayanena Swayam. Naswayam.
Narayanena Swayam.
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 Very good.
Swayam.
Now, second line.
Vyasena Garthitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam.
Excellent. This line has only one small thing. Vyase nagrati. Nagrati. Gra is a kancham. So na will have a pressure. So this is that blue line. Blue, you have the note in front of you, right? So the blue. Nagrati. So na will have a pressure.
Okay, I'll read it again.
Yes.
Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam.
Excellent. Very good. Now next, third line.
Advaitamritu Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim.
Perfect. No mistakes.
Ambtvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim.
Again, same. So it's not Bhagavat. Bhagavat. Ga is not halanta. So when we say Bhagavat, we are making Ga without the sound. That means Ga is a halanta. But because it is not a halanta, we have to say Bhagavat. So now say the last line. Ambatvam.
Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. Bhavadveshinim.
Vadveshinim. Excellent. Well done.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Now we have Neeraj Verma to chant the next verse. Yes, Neeraj ji. You raised your hand, Neeraj ji. You raised your hand to chant, Nirja. Could you unmute yourself, Nirja? Okay. Fine. Then we have Priya Vignesh. Do the next verse.
Hari Om ji. Namostu te vyasaya vishala buddhe
Again.
Namostu te vyasa vishala buddhe pullara vindayata patra netra yena tvaya bharada taila purnaha prajwalito jnanamaya pradeepaha.
Excellent. Perfect. No mistakes. Well done.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om. Soma Sundaram ji. Next verse.
Okay. Which one I have to?
Next one. After this.
Oh, the next one. Prapanna parijataya thotra vetraika panaye.
Can you keep your camera on so that I can see your lip movement?
Okay.
Yes.
Prapanna parijataya thotra vetraika panaye ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः
Say the second line, first word.
ज्ञानमुद्राय ज्ञानमुद्राय
So it is not mudra. Dha
Mudra.
is a mahapara. Mudra.
Mudra.
Jnana mudraya. Say it again.
ज्ञानमुद्राय
Not
कृष्णाय
mudra. Not mudra. Alpa prana. Mudra.
ओ
Jnana mudraya.
ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय
Correct.
गीतामृतदुहे नमः
Perfect. So it is not mudra. It is
मुद्रा
mudra.
धन्यवाद
Okay. Who is in? Okay. Harish and Jalaja. The next verse. Harish and Jalaja. Go for the next verse. When you raise hands, you should be available when I call out your name. Okay, fair enough. We have Chaitanya ji. Okay, go ahead.
हरि ओम वर्षा जी
Hari Om ji.
सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्.
Okay, couple of things now. Start again. We'll stop at each, please.
Okay. सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता.
So now Visarga Sakaravya. Partho
Vatsa.
Vatsasudhi.
Okay. पार्थो वत्सत्सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्.
Anuswara rule now. Dugdham Gitamritam Mahar. Because after Dugdham, the word is Gita. Ga is coming in Kavarga. Kavarga's Anunasika is M. So Dugdham Gitamritam Mahar. M. Like Ganga.
Oh, Dugdham. Okay. Dugdham Gitamritam Mrutam Mahar.
Okay, now say the whole verse with these changes. Visarga and Anuswara rule we need to follow.
Okay.
Start again.
Sarvopanishado gavaha dogdha gopalanandanaha partho vatsas sudhir bhokta dugdham gitamrutam mahat.
Excellent. We had one more hand of Sri Devi ji. Can you chant the same verse again, please?
सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्.
Mahat, not Mahatta, Mahat, because there is no Akara.
गीतामृतं महत्.
Correct, yes. There is no Akara over there. Fantastic. So, good. And now we are continuing. So, in the first verse, it was glory of Bhagavad Gita and addressing her as mother and bowing down to Mother Gita. In the second verse, it is Vyasji, Namaskara to Vyasji. In the third verse, it is Namaskara to Krishna. Then in the fourth verse, it is giving the glory of how Gita Amrita is, it is been milked. Gita is, it's milked from the cow, and the cow is all the Upanishad, and the milkman is Lord Krishna himself. And the cow is yielding the milk, seeing the cow of Arjuna in front of it. And that milk, all of us who are having a sane intellect, we have joined here to learn, and we are drinking that milk and enjoying the Gita Amrita. Gita Amrita, the nectar of Gita. Okay, so now we are going to start the new verse. If there are any kids in the class, first kids should raise their hands. Any kids? Please raise hands to volunteer. No kids? Okay, so now all adults can raise hand to volunteer. Those who want to volunteer to repeat after me, please raise your hands. Okay, Radha Krishnanji, Shri Vidya Lakshmi. Okay, now in this we have got few anuswaras. One is Vasudeva Sutam is there, correct? There is a one anuswara. Devam, there is one anuswara. Kamsa, there is another anuswara. Devaki Paramanandam, there is one anuswara. And Krishnam, there is one anuswara. So these anuswara is going to be different depending upon what the alphabet is next. So Vasudeva Sutam is followed by Deva. The is, can mute yourself. So the is in a ta varga. So ta, tha, the, dha, na. Na is the anunasika, the fifth consonant in the ta varga. So Vasudeva Sutan Devam. Why Devam we are saying? Because we stop at that pada. We are stopping, breaking the pada over there. So Vasudeva Sutan Devam. So with your pencil, you write na over there in the gap between the ta and the da. So you'll remember on top near that anuswara you can write. Then Kaumsa, not Kamsa nor Kansa. Kauma should come. Why? The sa is there. Sa comes in the avargiya. So avargiya, there are some rules, but for sa it is wa. So we have to say Kaumsa and not Kamsa like in South India, Kansa as in North India, but we should say Kamsa as in Sanskrit. Then Devaki Paramanandam, that Nandam will become Nandam because why? Ka is there. Krishna's ka is there. So the anuswara will become na. So Devaki Paramanandam Krishna. Now va is coming, also avargiya. So it will become Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So we have now two wa with the Chandra Bindu. Kaumsa Krishnam Vande. Okay. So now let's start. Vasudeva Sutan Devam.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam.
Kamsa Chanura Mardanam.
Kamsa Chanura Mardanam.
Kamsa Chanura Mardanam.
Devaki Paramanandam.
Devaki Paramanandam.
So now we are saying Nandam because we are breaking the pada. It is not stopping at Krishna. So the ma only over here. Devaki Paramanandam.
Devaki Paramanandam.
Devaki Paramanandam.
Krishna Vande Jagadgurum.
Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Krishna Vande Jagadgurum.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam.
Devaki Paramanandam. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Devaki Paramanandam. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Devaki Paramanandam. Krishna Vande Jagadgurum.
Very good. Go for the full verse now.
Vasudeva Sudan Devam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Devaki Paramanandam. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Excellent.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Devaki Paramanandam. Krishna Vande Jagadgurum.
Perfect. Excellent. So now, what we have to see, all the words are like this: Vasudeva Suttam, Devam, Kamsacharnaram Mardanam, ending with this Jagat Gurum. Okay. So the word over here we have to catch is the verb. So what verb is there? Vande. Vande is the verb. Verb is the action. So what is Vande meaning? Vande meaning is I am bowing down. So we saw this one type of verb, anusandadhami. That time I said the verbs are of two types. So this anusandadhami, we saw that time, that is I am following. So that is showing the first person. And we said in Sanskrit, first person is not Pratham Purush, it is Uttama Purush. Correct. Uttama Purush is first person. I am doing the action. You are the second person. It's not you are doing the action. He, she is the third person. It is not he, she doing. It is I am doing the action. So when I am doing the action, in the second type of the verb category, this word is there, vande. So vande means I am bowing down. I am doing my namaskara too. So now when I say bowing, now you can mute yourself. When we unmute, what happens is it gets disturbed. No, there is a wow. So once you finish your turn, you have to immediately mute yourself. Leelamma, you always unmute Leelamma. You should always learn to keep yourself muted, Leelamma. Okay. So that we don't spend last time that I keep on monitoring. You don't need any monitors. Okay. So now coming back to Vande. So Vande, I am bowing down. So now the next question comes, to whom? So to whom I am bowing down? To whom? All that is in the second case. So to Krishna, I am bowing down. So if Krishna was the first case, if Krishna is doing the action, so Krishnaha will happen. Krishnaha, Visarga will come. But Krishna is not doing the action. I am the doer of the action. But I am doing the namaskara to Krishna. So when this is happening, to whom we are doing, to that person, it is going to be second case. But the word over here is Vande. So Vande will go with the second case, to whom we are doing the namaskara. But let's say, we have learned this before in the previous class, if the word was not Vande, not I am bowing down to, if the word was Namaha, whenever we use the word Namaha, then it has to be the fourth case. Then if it was Namaha, then I would have said Krishnaya Namaha. Like how we say Ganeshaya Namaha, okay? Shivaya Namaha, so Ramaya Namaha, so Krishnaya Namaha. So that fourth case is coming because of the word Namaha, that Namaskaras. But now the word is not Namaha. So it is not with the meaning that the case is decided. It is with what word? So over here, Vande. Vande is the first person, Uttama Purusha, in the present tense. I am bowing down. To whom? To Krishna. So Krishnam. Krishnam is the second case. Okay. Now, all other words over there are describing that Krishna. So all other words which are adjective of that main to whom we are doing is going to take that vibhakti, that case. So all the words which describe Krishna, because Krishna is in second case, it is called Dvitiya Vibhakti. Leave aside the word if you are not remembering. Remember the second case. To whom it is that Vande is happening. So all that is getting into second case. So who is Krishna? Is Vasudeva Sutam. Suta is child, son of Vasudeva. Who is Krishna? How is he? Kamsa and Chanura Mardanam. The one who is the killer of Kamsa and Chanura. Then how is he? Devaki Paramanandam. Who is giving Paramananda to Devaki? Who is the joy for his mother. And how is he? Jagat Guru. He is the Jagat Guru. He is the one, he is Narayana himself, come down in the human form to teach us how we should be living life, what we should be doing. He's come, he's Avatara Purusha. He's come to tell us all the Dharma Shastra, Narayana himself. So Jagadguru. So all the words that describe this word Krishnam are ending with that sound, because it's a Dvitiya Vibhakti, an adjective stake form of that particular noun. Okay. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. And in the tutorial, we don't have any red, blue, green marking. That means it's all perfect. Only thing you have to remember now is the Anuswara. Okay, let's have next two volunteers. Who is there? Radhakrishnan ji has finished the turn just now. Okay, so we have now, I will take Sharda ji and Shri Devi ji. I'll take together. And the next turn, I'll take Arun ji and Alok ji. Okay, Sharda ji. Bhishma. So now Drona is a, now we remember, right? It is a Tanjang. So Bha is a Mahaprana. Shmadrona. So Bhishmadrona Tata Jayadratha Jala.
Bhishmadrona Tata Jayadratha
Jala.
Bhishmadrona Tata Jayadratha Jala.
Very good.
Bhishma Dronatata Jayadratha Jala.
Gandhara Nilotpala.
Gandhara Nilotpala.
Gandhara Nilotpala.
Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahadi.
Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani.
Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani.
Karnena Velakula.
Karnena Velakula.
Karnena Velakula.
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara.
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara.
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara.
Duryodhana Vartini.
Duryodhana Vartini.
Duryodhana Vartini.
Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi.
Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi.
Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi.
Kaivartakah Keshavaha.
Kaivartakah Keshavaha.
Kaivartakah Keshavaha.
So now we learn one more Visarga rule, that if the Ka Varga is coming after the Visarga, then we don't chant the Visarga. We lift it and drop down. Kaivartakah. Takah. Like that. We lifted and dropped it. Takah. But if it was the Sakara, we did the Sa of that Visarga. Where did we see? Vatsas Sudhir Bhokta. Correct? Then if it was a pa, we did pa. Jnanamaya Pradipaha. So we saw this Mayaf Pradipaha. Then we saw Vatsas Sudhir Bhokta. And now we are seeing the third rule. When the Ka Varga is there, we lift the sound and drop it. We don't chant that Visarga. Kaivartakah Keshavaha. Repeat.
Kaivartakah Keshavaha.
Kaivartakah केशवः
भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला
भीष्मद्रोणतटा भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला
भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला
शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला
शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला
शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला
ट्यून् शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला शल्य start down
शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला
अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः
सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः
सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः
Okay, go for the full verse.
भीष्मद्रोणतटा भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः
Very good.
भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थाम विकर्ण घोर मकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः
Excellent. Well done. Now, very nice, beautiful verse. Lot of metaphors and similes are over here describing. So, Rana Nadi, we saw that in the last line. The third last word is Rana Nadi. Nadi is a Strilingi word. Okay, Rana Nadi. So, this battlefield, the whole scene, you can just imagine, 18 Akshavini Sainyas are there. Now just imagine how big that field is. In that 18 Akshavini Sainya, one Akshavini is like what? 1 lakh plus foot soldiers are there. 21,000 some horses are there. Another some 21,000 some elephant is there. And another something more is there. This is like one Akshavini. Now you just imagine 21,000 of horses, 21 into 18. Okay. And then 1 lakh plus people into 18. And to ride so many horses and elephants and all other things into 18. And people are also needed, right? And so there also people. So now you just imagine what is the scene of how many lakhs? How many lakhs? So it's like they have described this whole scene as it's like a river. Now, what all do we see in a river? So first and this, like the banks that make the shape of that. So rivers banks should be very strong. If the banks are not strong, the water will flood the village. So the bank is directing how the river is going to flow. Okay. So the first word, that tata is there, no? Bhishma, Drona, tata. Tata means bank. And the two banks of the river are these mighty men, Bhishma and Drona. Okay. Now, what is the flow of that water in that river? That is compared to Jayadratha. So Jayadratha is the water, Jala. Then this Gandhara. Gandhara is there. Who is from Gandhara? Shakuni. He is a Nilotpala. Lotus is very holy. But that blue lily is there, no, water lily. You know, it fools us that it is a lotus, but it is not a lotus. So this bewitching, this cunning, you feel attracted towards it, but it is not the lotus. It is a lily basically. So Nilotpala, it's a water lily, not the lotus, and that is Shakuni. So that's a description, like how bewitching it is. You get attracted to it, but that's not for you. You should not go towards it. It's like that. Then Shalya Grahavati. Grahavati, there are two meanings for this. Some take it as crocodile, other people take it as shark. We can take it as our convenience, crocodile or shark. That is who Shalya. In fact, what is the intention? That one which catches tightly with the teeth and never leaves. Once you are caught in that teeth of, then you cannot escape. So that is Shalya in that river. Okay. This Krupena Vahani is the current or the tide of the water, that movement, that is Krupacharya. Krupena, that is Krupacharya. By Krupacharya, the Vahani is formed. And this Karnena, by Karna, what is formed? Velakula. Velakula is like a billow. It's like a huge wave. Karna is like a huge wave in that Rananadi, in that river, in that ocean. Karna is like that. Then this Ashwathama and this Vikarna, they are Ghora. That means they are very ferocious. Makara, alligators. So if we take crocodile over as Grahavati, then we take Makara as a alligator. But if I have taken shark over there, then Makara would be crocodile. Okay, both the meanings are okay. So this Ashwathama and Vikarna, they are like in the river, the crocodiles, ready to catch you. And Duryodhana, he's what? He's Avartini. Avartini is like a whirlpool, something that swirls, that if you're caught into it, it is going to suck you inside in the whirlpool. So such is a deadly description of this Nadi, of this ocean. In that, by Pandavas, Sautirana, they crossed this Rana Nadi. They crossed this. By how? Because of Keshava. Keshava, Krishna. Who is he? He is the Kaivartakaha. He is the boatman. So with Krishna as the boatman, by Pandavas, this Rana Nadi was crossed. Such a deadly Rana Nadi. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः. अरुण जैन जी, आलोक वर्मा जी. Another beautiful verse. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम्. विसर्गा सकारा.
पाराशर्वच सरोजममलम्.
पाराशर्य.
पाराशर्य वचः सरोजममलम्.
Perfect.
पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम्.
Not to say vachaha, vachas saroja. Visarga sakara.
पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम्.
You are still saying vachaha. There is no vachaha. That visarga vachaha will become vachas saroja. Parasharya vachas saroja.
पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम्.
Vachasasa no. Vachas saroja.
वचः सरोज.
So because the next word is sa, the visarga is becoming sa. Parasharya saroja mamalam.
पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम्.
Gītārtha gandhotkatam.
गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम्.
गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम्.
Nānākhyānaka kesaram. Anuswaram wa. Because next word is ha, avargiya. Kesaram harikatha.
नानाख्यानक केसरं हरिकथा.
Nak, no, naka. Nānākhyānaka, ka is full. Nānākhyānaka kesaram harikatha.
नानाख्यानक केसरं हरिकथा.
Perfect.
नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा.
Excellent. Sambodhana bodhitam.
संबोधना बोधितं.
Perfect.
संबोधना बोधितम्.
Very good. Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha.
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः.
Okay, sajjana. No should be full. Padairaharaha. Ha is also there and visarga is there and pada break is happening. So we have to chant the visarga full. So, loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha.
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः.
Very good.
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः.
So we cannot say shata because ta we see halanta. So shatpadair.
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः.
Not to say shata. Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha. Shat and not shata.
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः.
Te piyamanam muda.
पेपीयमानं मुदा.
पेपीयमानं मुदा.
Bhuyad bharata pankajam kalimala pankajam like Ganga jam kalimala.
भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल.
भूयाद भारत पंकजं.
Bhuyad, not to say full, it is half. Bhuyad bha.
भूयाद भारत पंकजं कलिमला.
So not to say pankajam, Pankajang Kalimal. Jang. Ganga. Pankajang Kalimala.
Bhuyad Bharata
Bhuyadano. Bhuyadano. Bhuyad Bharata.
Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Galimala.
Very good. Pradhvam, not pradhvan, not pradhvam, pradhvam. Sinash. Visarga shakara. Now another rule. When sh is the next word, visarga will become sh. Pradhvam sinashreyase.
I'm sorry. Pradham visanashreyase.
Not we. Pradhvam, then si. Pradhvam si.
Yeah. Pradhvam sinashreyase.
Very good.
Pradhvansina Shreyase.
So not to say pradhvan, no nakara. Pradhvam, wakara, wa. Pradhvam.
Pradhvansina Shreyase.
Very good. Now one line. Parasharyavachas sarojamamalam Gitartha gandhotkatam.
Parasharya vachas srojamamalam.
Vachas saroja.
Yep. Parasharya vachas sarojamamalam.
Vachas.
Parasharya vachas srojamamalam. Gitartha gandhotkatam.
Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam Gitartha Gandhotkatam.
Parash, both of you will chant again. Parasharya vachasaroja mamalam Gitartha gandhotkatam.
Parasharya, sorry.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Parasharya vachasrojamamalam Gitartha gandhotkatam.
Okay, little practice. Vachasaroja. Okay.
Vachasroja.
Correct. Yeah. Go ahead, see.
Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam Gitartha Gandhotkatam.
So little practice. Vachasaroja.
Vachas.
Vachasaroja.
Parasharya Vachasaroja.
Correct. Correct. Vachasaroja. Very good. Next. Nanakyanaka kesaram harikatha sambodhana bodhitam.
Nanakyanak kesaram harikatha sambodhana bodhitam.
Very good.
Nanakyanaka kesaram harikatha sambodhana bodhitam.
Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda.
Loke sajjan shatpadairaharaha.
Sajjana. No, full. Sajjana.
Loke shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda.
Again, repeat.
Loke sajjan shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda.
Good.
Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha.
That shatta is happening. Shatta don't say. Shatpadair.
Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha.
No, not yet. Shatpadai.
Loke sajjana shatapadai.
Not shatta. Shatpadai. Only say this word. Shatpadai.
Shatpadai.
Correct. Correct.
Padai.
Now you say na shat padai.
Na shat padai. Na shat
Jan,
padai.
jana shat padai.
Jana shat padai.
Why shata happened? Jana shat padai.
Jana shat padai. Jana shat. Jana
Sajjana shat padai.
Sajjana shat padai.
Ke sajjana shat padai.
Ye sajjana shat padai.
Loke sajjana shat padai.
Loke sajjana shat padai.
Correct. Now maintain this.
Loke sajjana shat padai hara.
Very good.
Yamanam muda.
Bhuyad bharat pankajam kalimala pradvamsi na shreyase.
भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः no sorry प्रध्वंसिनो श्रेयसे.
Bhuyad bharat pankajam.
Bhuyad no. Bhuyad bharat half the.
Bhuyad bharat pankajam kalimala. Pradhansina shreyase.
Pradhvan no. Pradhvam.
Pradhansina shreyase.
Very good.
Pradhansina shreyase.
Go for the full word.
Bhuyat bharat pankajan kalimala. Pradhansina shreyase.
Good. Go for the full verse.
पाराशर्यवत् सरोज ममलम
Vachas saroja.
वचस् सरोज ममलम गीतार्थ गंधोत्कटम नानाख्यानक केसरों हरिकथा संबोधनाबोधितम लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे.
Very good.
Some more practice I'll do next time.
Yes, but you got it. First time you are learning. Excellent. Well done. Practice, anybody will become good only, but first time you are doing excellent. Very well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Parasharya mamalam. Gītārtha gandhotkatam. Nānākhyanak kesaram harikatha. Sambodhanabodhitam. Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha. Pepiyamanam muda. Bhuyat bharaj pankajam kalimala.
Bharat.
Bharat
Bhuyat.
Bhuyat bharat pankajam.
Bhuyat Bharat.
Bhuyat bharat.
Bhuyat. Ha.
Bhuyat
Bhuyat Bharat.
Bhuyad bharat. Bhuyat bharat. Bhuyat bharat pankajam.
Pankajam kalimala. Pankajam kalimala.
Pankajam. Bhuyat bharat pankajam kalimala. Pradhansinah shreyase.
Pradhvam and Pradhamsi nashreyase.
Pradhansinah shreyase.
Nashreyase. Pradhamsi Visarga sh. Pradhamsi nash.
Pradhansina shreyase.
Pradhan, the na sound should not come. Pradhvam sound should come. Pradhamsi nash.
Pradhansina shreyase.
Very good.
Pradhansina shreyase.
Good. We can practice on this. The la pronunciation I'm not taking in this class. When you practice, all the pronunciations come. Then we are going to not breathe only in between. Bhuyad Bharat Pankajam Kalimala Pradhamsi Nashreyase Kalimala. So I've taken that dvitva. That's why the la is over there. But right now we are breaking it. I've put one hyphen over there. So we are practicing first step, but la will be a dvitva. Kalimala pradvamsina shreyase. Okay, now let's see this beautiful meaning, very complex verse. We'll try to unfold it. Now, this Bharata Pankajam is written over there, right? The last word, Bharata Pankaja. So this Bharata Pankaja means Mahabharata Pankaja. Pankaja is the lotus. So this lotus, this Mahabharata lotus is where it is in Parasharya. One who is born from Parashar is Parasharya. That means who? Our Vyasji. His Vachaha. Vachaha means what? His words. So this Saroja, this lotus, Amalam, very pure. And it is how Gitartha, the meaning of the Gita, Gandhotkatam. Utkata means it's a very exalted Gandha. The smell, the fragrance of this lotus is so exalted. It is born in the lake of Parasharya, means of Parashar's son. That is in words of Vyasji. And this lotus, Nana. Nana means so many. What? Nana Kyanaka. The different Kesara. Kesara is what? The pollen, the stamen. So you just imagine this fragrant lotus, and it has got these stamens. That stamen, that beautiful stamen, the pollen, is of Harikatha, stories of the Lord. Stories of the Lord that are full of different meanings. It is giving us lot of teaching, Sambodhana Bodhita. It is giving us so much different meanings, adding to our life. And to listen to this Harikatha, on the lotus, with the fragrance of the lotus, how the bees are coming, right? The bee. So Shat means 6, Padaihi. Pada means legs. The 6-legged is this bee. So these bees who are sitting on the lotus is compared to Loka, like people like us. Whenever the Lord's stories are going to get expounded, we get easily attracted towards that. So we are like those bees the lotus's fragrance is attracting us, and we are going towards that flower which is having this fragrance. So we are going towards this Gita, which is bloomed in the words of Parasharya, in the lake kind of words of Vyasji. And we are going, people are getting attracted like the bees. And the Pepiyamanam, they are keeping on drinking that Muda, happily drinking. It's like that, no? When we have a very good exponent on any of the Purana stories or something, they just attract us and we don't feel the time. So like this, in this Mahabharata, this people are getting attracted like bees into it. And let this, what is this doing? It is Kalimala. In this Kali Yuga, it is Pradvamsinaha. It is destroying all the mala. That means it is destroying all the impurities of this Kali Yuga, Shreyase, and it is very good for us. Such a Mahabharat he has given to us, such a lotus he has given to us, that is very good for us. So very beautiful and very poetic and very rich in Sanskrit. We'll chant it. Parasharya vachas sarojam amalam Gitartha gandhotkatam Narakyanaka kesaram harikatha Sambodhana bodhitam Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradvamsina Shreyase. Okay, so we were able to complete About 2 verses. Doesn't matter. Who is in hurry?
3 already.
No, three we did. 3 doesn't matter. So only 2 more to go, and then we'll be completing this. If we complete the 2 verses in the next week, the next week itself we will start with we'll start with the first chapter. Okay, now any questions of what 3 verses that we have seen? 5, 6, and 7.
Jayadratha.
Jayadratha is the water. Oops, sorry, that was the alarm set for the daily Gita that is happening. Okay, Jayadratha, now you go and investigate this particular character. What all damage he has done to us. All these characters, if you will sit and talk, the class will not finish. So now that's your homework. Find out who is Jayadratha. My God, the ways he has conducted. He will come and tell me next. So Sharda ji has got a homework. Excellent. Now, any more questions? Any pronunciations? Anything? All clear?
Varsha ji,
Only
is there a,
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Gauri. Since I didn't attend first 2 classes, it's given in the print, no, that that red line, red color and blue color, green color. Mahapranas, we have to give stress, isn't it, ma'am? And
Correct.
that blue colored means Dvitva.
It
What
is
that,
like,
ma'am?
so that is like you press when the conjunct is ahead of you, you press the previous word.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll give you a so see, I have posted also the YouTube
Okay.
video of the first 2. You need to watch the video. So
Okay, ma'am.
I'll give one simple example.
YouTube video you didn't post, ma'am.
I've posted. Yeah. See
Posted,
now.
ma'am.
See the first word. First word you see. Please
Okay,
just
ma'am.
Parthaya. Here I have put in blue.
Yes, ma'am.
The next word is pra. Pra is you don't speak anything. You mute yourself so that we don't get any disturbance. Pra is a conjunct. Conjunct means 2 vyanjanas are mixing. Pa and ra is forming pra. So when this conjunct is coming, the previous alphabet will have a pressure. If it is rasva sound, small sound. Now this is ya means ya and so it is rasva sound. So partha yap prati. So yap prati, yap we have done. We have not said partha ya prati bodh. It's not partha ya prati. It is partha yap prati. So when we stress the sound, previous sound, if it is a rasva, then that is called as dvitva. Say the next one. Vyase nagrathi, nagrathi, advai, amba. So when we are pressing those sounds, those are called as dvitvas. Gauri, have you understood now? You can unmute and tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. And green color, the Santi break. What is that, ma'am?
Sandhi break means
Sandhi,
like
okay.
over here we have got one in this. See, Sarvopanishado Gavo is said, but we don't chant it as Gavo. We chant it as Gavaha. We have to break the Sandhi. So I would suggest you should ask doubts when you have watched the video, heard the audio and not understood. So then there will be but if you are learning from the first time, it's like a repeat class, then it's going for the doubt correction. Then the whole class is being held and then it will go longer. So I would suggest I post. You are there in the WhatsApp group, Gauri?
Pardon, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
You are there
In the WhatsApp group, I heard, ma'am,
so,
but that stress, I didn't understand the
no,
content.
don't hear the audio. You please
Okay,
go to the class, because in the class, what is happening, that is the video.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
from the audio is after you have learned, audio is a reference for the practice. So
Okay, fine.
You should attend the class. Please watch the entire video. Don't fast forward it. Then when you have a doubts, when you ask, that will make sense. Otherwise, I'll be teaching again and again those who are joining new. So we'll hold the whole class. So my dear. Okay. Any
Thank
more
you, ma'am.
question
Thank you
on
so much.
my pleasure? Any more questions for anyone? Okay, let's end today's session. We meet next Wednesday. Hopefully, we should be starting the first chapter. One shloka is small, other shloka is big. So we should be able to, if we hold up on the speed will come if you practice at home. Alpa prana, mahaprana, anuswara, visarga, dirgha, rasva. When you do that at home, the class time will be, it will move fast. And the tune, you're learning for the first time, so that is not a question. But what rule already has been taught, that is a homework to practice and come. Anything new, you will not know. But what is already done in the class, that we should not keep on repeating that you should do at home. That is the homework. And audio is a reference audio. Video is like you repeat the class and you watch if you have not understood the whole thing. Okay. And those tutorial small videos, that is very crucial. Not on that YouTube, the tutorial where what is a rasva, what is a mahaprana, you should watch that tutorial so that the basic of giving what is the varga distribution, what comes in the varga, so that this chart should always play in front of your mind, which we have probably done as a school kids. But we didn't know the logic behind that time, right? We in the school, we just learn because we are learning. Now we are knowing the logic behind it, so we should put that knowledge. Okay, fair enough. Let's meet next Wednesday. If possible, try to memorize. How to memorize? By repeatedly listening. How to repeatedly listen? Play on the audio again and again. When you're driving, when you're cooking, let it be there into the... Oh, I got somebody want to join the... Okay, let me take this screenshot and keep if I have to add you. Okay, Soma Sundaranji, I will add you. Give me a minute. I'll just click your number and keep, otherwise I will lose it. Okay, fair enough. So repeated listening is the best way to memorize. Then best way to make the pronunciation is you write it down. Choose one verse to write. Then you write it down 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, like how kids do. That's the best way to register in. Okay, let's end this session now. Keep your spine straight. Okay, Neeraja, you were not able to unmute. Okay, doesn't matter. Next week, try it. We've got, but now it's going to be ongoing. So many classes are going to happen, Neeraja. Don't worry today you are unable to mute. Next week, you please participate and I will again try to unmute you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in, hold it there. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om. Hari Om, Varshaji. Shubharatri, Varshaji. Hari Om.
Shubharatri ji. We have a daily Gita chanting. Those who want to join for daily Gita, please message me so that you can keep on listening to it. It takes only 20-25 minutes per day. And the chapters are fixed. I think I've posted the link. So do join. It just follows immediately after this session. Sorry, that's the second reminder that the class is to start now. Hari Om, everyone. Hari Om.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hari Om.
Shubhratri. Bye-bye.
Shubharatri.
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 Hari.
Hari Om. Hari Om.